So while I don't make too much content or stream on it, I still do play Cyberpunk 2077 as I feel like it is a good game under a plethora of bugs and other issues. And while Cyberpunk is still going over some patches with CD Projekt Red, and they're actually planning on releasing a big patch at the end of the month, we have some mods that I feel like that are pretty cool additions to the game that if you've already beaten it once, it may give you some initiative to play again. A couple of them are, I think, features that should have been in the game. And another one is sort of something that it's a cool little aesthetic thing, but it's not necessarily necessary to have. Anyway, if you enjoy these type of videos and you want to see more Cyberpunk, Skyrim, or Fallout related content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon. Also hit the like button as it does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, each one of these mods will be in the description down below, so you can go ahead and check them out. And if you do download the mods, please go ahead and endorse the mod authors, as it does help them out as well. So the first mod I'm going to be talking about today is called GTA Travel. What this does is replaces the fast travel system from the loading screens to the real-time dynamic camera transition, similar to that of GTA 5. So if you're familiar with that, basically what it does is it zooms out to the very top, it travels over to the new location that you're fast traveling to, and then it zooms back into your character. I really do enjoy this mod, and I think it just makes transitions a lot better, so you're not just sitting at a loading screen. You can kind of just see the rest of the world. There are small issues that I've experienced with this mod, such as pop-ins, and that's to be expected as this type of functionality isn't really meant for Cyberpunk 2077, but despite the small pop-in issues, I find this mod to be very fantastic, and I'm going to definitely keep this within my game for future updates. I feel like it's one of those nice aesthetically pleasing mods, and I think everyone should definitely check it out. It's something that doesn't really add too much, but it adds enough to make the game a little bit more different, and I'm okay with that. Next up is a mod called Enhanced Throwing Knives. Now, my character was built to be a little bit more stealthy, and one of those stealth items is the ability to throw daggers or knives. The problem is once you throw a knife, you lose that knife forever, and I get the intention of this mechanic as to you just don't have a dagger that you continuously throw over and over again. However, I feel like that if I throw a dagger into someone's face, unless that dagger breaks, I should be able to take that dagger again. And that's what this mod does. There's two variants of this mod. The first one gives you basically unlimited throwing knives, and I don't like that functionality because that does seem a little bit more cheating. I like the second option, is the ability to go ahead and recollect your knives once you throw them. That, for me, that gives a little bit more of a realistic feel, is if I throw the knife and I can't go retrieve it, then I just don't have that knife anymore, and it makes me think a little bit more carefully of who I'm going to use that throwing knife on, and if I have a chance to go back and recover it. So again, this is for something if you're a really stealthy character or you've been using throwing knives and you don't want to collect a dagger of knives to always have on you. I definitely do recommend this mod, especially if you are a stealthy character like my character. The next mod we're going to be taking a look at is called Realistic Combat Overhaul. What this mod aims to do is to get rid of the bullet sponge enemies and make sure that you always have your weapons upgraded and you're wearing the most viable armor during your playthrough. Think of it more as a move fast, think fast, Doom-like shooter and less of a looter shooter such as Borderlands. I personally enjoy this mod because it allows me to really immerse myself in the combat. I do like a challenge, and I feel like there was a part in the game where I was playing to where my bullets didn't do enough damage, and subsequently I didn't take enough damage either, so it just turned into a war of attrition rather than a strategic use of my guns, my ammunition, and my abilities. So this mod really does aim to change a lot of that. You will start off with less health, and the enemies will have a less health as well. However, things such as armor rating, weapons rating, and what weapon you're using really will make a difference in the combats you're engaging. You're not going to be able to take down a fully armored cybernetic person with a pistol if you don't have the right cybernetics or the right equipment for that. Vice versa, if you have a really powerful sniper rifle, you're going to be dropping enemies usually in one hit. Key note for this mod is it's still in beta, and that it only works when you select a very hard difficulty setting. There are changes coming to this mod to account for other cybernetics and armor pieces, but I think this is still one of those mods where if you're in the middle of a playthrough and you feel like the game is too easy, or you want to start a new game on New Game Plus and you want to increase the difficulty, I think this mod is definitely something you should really look into. So another mod we're going to be taking a look at is called Death Alternative. What this mod does is adds the ability to have a more immersive alternative death scenario, to where if you bought the right insurance plan from the trauma team, you will come back to life instead of reloading from a previous checkpoint. I really do like this mod and its functionality, and it's really surprising that this isn't in the game already, as the trauma team is introduced fairly early within the game, and the trauma team is also a big part of the Cyberpunk lore, and it is mentioned plenty of times within the game itself. So what you need to do is you go over to the Trauma Team Center, and at the front door there is a option to pick an insurance plan: silver, gold, and platinum. Each one will cost more when you die. However, you'll retain more of your stats and you won't have as many debuffs, and you'll still have your weapons on you depending on which insurance plan that you pick. Now, you can't opt out to not use the insurance plan and you just die the regular way and go back to the loading screen and have to select your manual save. However, I think once you get to a certain point in the game and you have enough eddies, I feel like this should be one of those mods that you have in your mod list just for the immersive factor alone. Because again, the trauma team is something that should have been included in the game, and that introduction with them at the very beginning really sets the standard of what the trauma team is supposed to do. But unfortunately, we don't have that functionality as of yet, so I think this mod is a good substitute for that. Now, there's a slight bug with the death alternative mod to where sometimes you won't be able to walk out of the apartment building whenever you spawn back. I've ran into this bug maybe once or twice with my testing. However, this is something to be aware of if you do not want to run into any of that or potentially get stuck on a save file that you're doing. So use this mod with caution, and as always, back up your saves whenever you implement this mod or any of the other mods that I've shown off today. The last mod we're going to be taking a look at today is the companion mod. This is a work in progress mod that will let you turn any NPC into a companion. This is a very interesting mod, but there are some bugs that you need to be aware of. Certain NPCs are designed to disappear if they're not in the designated area, while others, such as the police or the night runners, are more of a persistent NPCs, meaning that they will follow you until you're finished with them or until they die. You can also use this to turn story NPCs such as Judy into a more permanent follower. However, this is more advised to do so after you finish their quest line, as there are certain bugs, or there will be the off chance that you'll run into two Judys at the same time, which will obviously mess with immersion and may break some cutscenes or save files. So that is something to definitely be aware of. I do like this mod. Is very useful as you don't have to travel Night City anymore, and you can actually recruit some NPCs to help you on some of the more tougher missions or some of the side quests that are in the game. Again, this is a work in progress mod, so there are the potential of bugs, so I would advise that you back up your saves and use this mod with caution if you decide to pursue it forward. So that's going to do it for these mods. Again, these are mods that may change your Cyberpunk 2077 experience. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and as always, the mods will be in the description down below. You can go ahead and check those out. And if you do download and use the mods, please go ahead and endorse the mods as well if you did enjoy them. This lets the mod authors know that you really do appreciate their work, and I believe it will get them to update the mods more frequently the more people sit there and endorse and enjoy the mods. So again, endorse the mods if you enjoy them, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see more mod coverage of Cyberpunk 2077 as well as Skyrim and potentially Fallout 4, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, as I try to upload these at least once a week. And you can also catch my ongoing playthrough series of my Skyrim adventures as I tackle some of the more well-known quest mods. The ones that we're doing right now is Vigilant, and I believe we are almost done with that. So if you want to check that out, that will be linked in the description down below, as well as the ending card for the playlist for that. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, subscribe button, bell notification icon, and hit the like button. All those things do help out the videos and the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.